Welcome to the last section of our marketing course. Here we're going to talk about how can you get started with your social media marketing and what are the few things you should consider to maintain your presence on the social platforms. So the types of social media engagement or marketing or audience or promotions that you do are two types. One, you will get an organic response, organic audience coming in, and the second one you will get is paid. So organic growth of your account is when you are looking at putting out content, you're engaging the customers, and the customers are engaging with that without any money. It is just engaging them because it interests them. And that is called organic growth of your account. On the other side, there is paid marketing or paid promotions that we will have to do, where certain posts that you create on social media will have to be promoted to a certain audience. Now, these posts will have to be promoted for maybe 300 rupees, maybe 2000 rupees, maybe more money than that, but it will get you followers, it will get you more number of likes, and sometimes it will also get you sales and conversion. What is important when you maintain a social media presence is how do you build this engagement with your customers or your potential customers? What's important? The content that you're putting out there. And when it comes to putting out content, the formats that work on social media are video and reels. Remember the number of reels that you have been seeing? The visual format or the visual content, any content for that matter, converted into a visual format will work better for you. Because the reality is that you have only about 2 or 3 seconds to browse through that post. And if you're converting it into an engaging and visual format and presenting it to your customer, they will definitely look at it vis-a-vis looking at something that is only content-based. Of course, content-based posts also work if you say you know how to post 3 ways of doing something, how to clean your silver jewelry, 3 steps. Those kind of things become important posts. So please think about the different formats. How do we do that? Remember we spoke about know your target audience. Remember we spoke about how do they behave, what is their lifestyle like. If you understand your target audience and your followers, you will be able to plan exactly what kind of content will be working for them. Now, how do you create this content on a day-to-day basis yourself? There are a large number of free tools that are available in the market. For example, ChatGPT, Bard, Figma for doing some design, Canva. These are tools that are available for you to create simple posts. So please use all of those things to be able to create simple posts for yourself, but interesting posts. Once you have set out to create content, you must also remember what time to post that. So if you are using a story on Instagram versus a post on Instagram, you must understand the difference as to what response it will garner. The story will be valid only for 24 hours. The post will be valid for a longer period of time. So what goes up as a story and what goes up as a post? What time does it go up? And is there a targeting that you're going to do for any of your posts that are going up? When you're promoting it, you will have to choose the target audience. You will have to choose the radius or the geography where you're promoting this. You'll have to choose the budget or the price that you're putting on that promotion. And these kind of elements will have a response on whether your campaign or the post is doing well or it is not doing well. Where can you find this data? In the analytics section of your Meta tools, in your social media platforms, or you can use Google Analytics as well for your paid marketing initiatives that you're setting out there. But if you research your analytics well, you will understand what time of day works best for you. What does the Instagram or Meta algorithm recognize as a good post and recognize as a bad post? If you got more response, it will recognize that those kind of posts should be served better next time to your audience because you will get better response on that. The algorithm that these social media platforms have is nothing but a set of rules, and each time this set of rules is getting created and updated by the kind of content you are putting up. Therefore, the time is important, what kind of content is important, and how often you're putting up is also important. If you do this on a daily basis, then the algorithm will serve you more and it will work in your favor. If you're very irregular in your posting, then definitely that post that you make next time is not going to get the reach that you think it will get. These are certain important elements to remember in terms of how to engage on social media and what all you are doing over there. What is also important is for you to understand how to do your ads. For ads, it's important to say there must be a first hook or a problem that you're grabbing the customer by. The hook could be, did you know how to make your silver jewelry as good as new? And then when you've presented a problem, present the solution by showing your product or showing your answer to that. And in the end, you must put something called the CTA or call to action. This call to action will help us decide different types of responses that we want from our customer. Sometimes we want the customer to visit our e-commerce store. Sometimes we want the customer to fill a form. Sometimes we want the customer simply to buy a product right away. So there are different calls to actions, and on the Meta platform, you have different types of ads. You must also go through something called A/B testing. You can test two types of ads and see which one works better for you. Whichever one is working better, please use that ad and please you put more money on that ad. Also, there are certain things like once you've started out the ad, you will have to optimize the campaign. Each time, this ad is not going to get you the best result. So you'll have to change the positioning, the targeting of it, the bidding on it, the amount of money that you're putting for that ad to show up before other ads. That is called the bidding rate of your ad, right? So there are certain kinds of things that are available in the ad manager on Meta, and my advice would be to search and research more on all of these things. Try a small amount of money first, maybe 100, 200 rupees. Play around with that and see what response you're getting. How did it work for you? And then you can start investing a little more. Data that you're collecting from advertising on these platforms must be researched and must be looked into properly for you to plan the next important campaign on your social media. Also remember, keyword research becomes an important element for you. What are the keywords that are working well for this industry? Find out those keywords on which people will search and on which people will engage on the content. And that way you're giving the customer something that they are more willing to see. I hope this section was important for you to be able to get started with your social media. I wish you all the best on your journey. And don't forget to get out there, create your web page, and get started with your social media marketing. All the best to you and your business.